Good morning and welcome to our daily update. My name is Marvelous Lamini. Thank you so much for joining us. And as you know that we bring you the trending stories from the Sunshine City and just across Zimbabwe. And to help me do that is my colleague.
Kenan CK, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing yourself?
Very sunny weather and winter as well coming up.
But yeah, I'm actually loving the weather. Not a fan of winter though, and I will just wait for it to come and pass anyways. But anyways, now let's get into our trending stories. As I was coming into the CBD today, just by Africa Uni Square where we are right now, people had literally thrown away the old notes, that is the bond notes, and they threw them at a public place in water. And I don't know if that was supposed to be a message or what, but what do you think that means?
Yeah, it could be a message because you look at the value of bond note when it was now being phased out on the street it was now trading at around 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 to the dollar. So that could be a strong message of how this currency has failed to stand the test of time, even though it was promised that it was going to stand the test of time. But to me, that is a message that is being sent by whoever threw away that those bunch of $50 bond notes.
Yeah, and the thing is that we'll never really find out who actually did it. I'm sure they did it at night when no one else was there. But then now let's get into our next story. The Reserve Bank Governor, John Mushayavanhu, yesterday he dodged the legislators where he was actually supposed to come up and explain what is happening with the newly introduced structured currency. But he couldn't show up. Him and the Minister of Finance, that is Mtuli, they both couldn't show up for that. And now it raises the questions in terms of accountability to say, how are we going to deal with that as citizens if they that are supposed to be telling us what's going on, they're literally, dodging and not...
Yes. It is very, very concerning. Remember the arms of the state, the legislature being number 3 on that hierarchy, and if they are failing to answer to that part of the legislature, that means that how are they going to account to us, even the members of the fourth estate, with the media, and to the general public? So it is really concerning, and that even further waters down the fire that they had said that this currency was going to stand the test of time. Now it is just hit another brick wall of saying, okay, look, you are not even confident of your own currency. You cannot even defend it in front of legislators. You are answering questions. How are you going to answer the questions that are going to be asked by the public? Very, very concerning.
Yeah, and then it goes back to what you say, that you will report back if the ZIG fails. Now, if you're saying if the ZIG fails, maybe he's also hesitant as to, is it really going to work? And then also he made some remarks that the introduction of the structured currency wasn't really the government's idea, but, it came from the World Bank. So now we're actually asking ourselves to say, whose idea was it to say we're introducing the structured currency, it's backed by gold and whatnot, because right now it seems like they are literally trying to run away from who is actually responsible for it.
Yeah, true that. I saw a number of comments, and I watched the video where you were saying that this was an idea from the World Bank, and we are yet to see the comment from the World Bank so that they can confirm if they are the ones who has put us in this limbo. And also the question that you then ask, did the World Bank then ask them to say, if the currency fails, then you have to clamp down on money changers and all of that, what we are seeing. It's really, there's a lot of uncertainty, and these actions that we have been seeing in these past few days makes it even worse.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot that is going on there. And also Wotam Zemi came out on Twitter and now started bashing the government on how they shouldn't be coming hard on money changers, because they are necessarily not the problem that we have as a country when it comes to our currency and it's losing its value.
Yes, very great comments from Wotam Zembi, but also we cannot spare him because he was part of the cabinet that of the former president Robert Mugabe that were saying the bond note was going to go gauge 1:1, and they were the ones who were pushing for it, cushioned by the party and the power that they had. Now that he's now out there in the cold, he's now maybe his reasoning has come back to his senses. So as much as we take the message to say this has been happening, but the question also asks, the template that is being used now of clamping down on money changers has not started today. It has been there during the time of Robert Mugabe, and they were using the same tactics. It has been repeated over and over again. So as much as we understand the message, the story also, we need to ask that question. How would you allow something that you know it doesn't work, knowing fully that it goes against the laws of economics, and you expect the citizens to accept it? Very, very concerning as well.
Yeah, it seems like I think we're gonna continue to have this conversation about the ZiG. It's a structured currency until you actually have the notes on our hands, and then now we'll be like, okay, fine. Now we have the notes. What's next? And still on that, the money changers that we spoke about yesterday that were arrested and they actually appealed for bail, but they were denied to say they are not gonna be going out so soon. And I'm thinking that maybe they are being used as an example, because the vice president also made some remarks on how they're gonna go hard on money changes. And from my view, it's more like now the whole blame is being taken out on money changers, of which from some of the research that we did yesterday, most of the people that are said to have been arrested, they're not really money changers, just someone who maybe was looking for airtime or selling airtime or whatever, and they ended up in that crossfire. But I think we're gonna continue to have those conversations. And then we also received information that now people are doing impulse buying on the big shops, like, okay, and we're gonna be doing a check on that and then do a follow-up on our daily roundup in the evening. But you're also telling me something about the South African elections and your views on that.
Yes, as this coming month, which is the month of May, that's when the elections are going to be held. And from the comments that have been made by Julius Malema, who was some kind of hope for the young people that they were going to get a ANC unseated from government. But from the look of things and the comments that he has made, it looks like he is willing to go in bed with ANC. And you know what it means to Zimbabwe? It means that as long as ANC is in power, that bromance between them of, saying when elections have been disputed, they don't really push, and they will put that card of saying it's a sovereign country and all of that. So it means that for us Zimbabweans who were hoping that ANC, once it's out, we might see quick changes or a different approach between South Africa and Zimbabwe, that could become a pipe dream that might be realized after 2029. So very concerning, but it is what it is.
Yeah, thank you so much for that insight, Kenan. Well, that was our morning update. My name is Marvelous Lamini with my colleague
Kenan Rusike.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the evening on our